Hey gamers, as many of you, I love many franchises, but some of the franchises that I love have a black sheep that was not keep up with the franchise standard. So in this video I choose 7 series that I love that have a black sheep. So let's start. Devil May Cry 2. I love this franchise so much and I finish all games many times. I consider both Devil May Cry 3 and 5 two of the best games ever made, and 1, 4 and DMC also great games, way above average. But this Devil May Cry 2 was not, in my opinion, near as good as the rest of the games in the series. The combat system and the lock system are not as good as the first game. The boss battles don't even have any strategy, it's just boot and smash. The combos are more difficult to do, but we don't really need them because the game is the easier in the series. They also changed Dante's personality, and overall the game is a mess up. The game was made by a different team that didn't have many experience and have troubled production since the beginning. It received mixed reviews and was being criticized for being quite poor when compared to the first one. Golden Axe 3. Golden Axe is one of my favorite franchises in the Sega Mega Drive. The first 2 games were great, but this third one didn't have near the quality of the first 2. The reviews were so bad that Sega at the time didn't release the game in Europe. I remember when I used Magic for the first time, the animations were so bad that I thought the image of my TV had some problem. Please watch these spells. The game is the bigger from the trilogy, but instead of that being good, it's bad. Because the gameplay is so bad that it's very hard to play this game from the beginning to the end. Street Fighter 1. I love the Street Fighter series. I even participate and help organize some tournaments, and I consider Street Fighter 4 the best fighting game ever made. But my love for this series, for sure, didn't come from the first game, because the game is so bad that I don't understand how they made the second one. I'm not going to criticize the game for only having 2 playable characters, because it's a game from 1987, but the gameplay, oh my god, the gameplay is so rusty that it's almost impossible to do a special move. Saga takes about 70% of the life bar with a tiger knee or a tiger shot, and we almost kill an opponent with just a Shoryuken. But at least it wasn't all that bad, because with this game we gain great characters such as Aidon, Sagat, Gen, Birdie, Ryu, Ken, Eagle, that you can use in later games. Sonic 4, Episode 1 and 2. Another great franchise that I love in the Sega Mega Drive. Sonic 1, 2, 3, Sonic & Knuckles in the Mega Drive, Sonic CD in the Mega CD are all masterpieces. And Sonic Advance 1, 2 and 3 were also great games. But Sonic 4, Episode 1 and 2 are both awful. I try so hard to play these 2 games and I always ended dropping the game after a few levels. The physics in both games are so confused, both games are full with bugs, and the music and level design are not worth of a Sonic game. Initially, Sega planned a trilogy, but the reviews were so bad that a third game ended up never being released. Revenge of Shinobi. Again, for the third time in this list, a series that I love in the Sega Mega Drive that was ruined by its sequel. No one has any idea how much I love the Shinobi series and the Shadow Dancer spin-off, and I was so happy when this game was announced, but my hopes were instantly killed when the game trailer comes out. The gameplay is repetitive and boring. We have many abilities, but we don't even need them to proceed in the game. The graphics and animations are much worse than previous games. The Shinobi series always have outstanding music, and I don't even remember the music in this one. I really struggle to find something positive to say about this game. With the power of the Game Boy Advance, we should have one of the best games in the series, but instead, we got by far the worst. Resident Evil Gaiden. Okay, with the limitations of the Game Boy Color, we can't ask for a true Resident Evil game. But honestly, I don't know why this game was released for the Game Boy Color in 2002. Because we already had the Game Boy Advance in 2002, who had power to give us a better game. The game is non-canon, and all the events are ignored in later games. The story revolves around the outbreak on the ship, and Leon and Barry are our main characters. Personally, I love both, and I have to admit the visual presentation is not bad, and we have a creepy atmosphere, but the rest of the game is not that good. We don't have any puzzles, we just need to collect keys to open doors, and you have very limited save points. But my biggest complaint in the game is when the playable character is attacked by a monster, the game changes from a top view perspective to a first person view, where we must shoot in the right timing to hit the enemies. The stronger the enemy is, the smaller is the timing. Honestly, I wouldn't mind if this game had a remake, taking the good ideas and the atmosphere and putting some strategy puzzles, improving the save points and the real-time action. Because despite seeing good things in this game, the end result was bad, and the quality is not near the same as the main series. Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest. The original Castlevania was a 8-bit game with an adult atmosphere, with a horror involvement. That was completely different from the 2D platforms at the time. It was a brilliant love letter to the horror scene and the horror movies. But if the first Castlevania was a huge step forward for the platforms, Castlevania 2 Simon's Quest was a huge step back. And the main reason for that was because Castlevania 2 was impossible to know where to go. We didn't have clues, the English translation were bad, and to make even more difficult and confuse the day-to-night circle inconveniently make the game even harder. We saw a line saying, "What a horrible night to have a curse," and that makes the game even worse, because we'll force you to constantly backtrack in order to proceed. This comes from an era without internet, but I'm going to be honest, I played this game in the Castlevania collection, and even with the YouTube help, it is confusing and almost impossible to complete. Fortunately, this format was abandoned, and the next game in the franchise went to a total different direction. So, it's your time now. Which games let you down in franchise that you love? Please let me know in the comments. As always, I hope you liked this video, and I hope to see you in the next one. Take care.